My name is Sophie Kopecky. I live in O'Neill, Nebraska. I've lived in Holt County for 13 years and 4 months, I believe. I moved in Holt County or in the United States 13 years ago, 2011, in February. And I came in the United States as a student, as an exchange student on college level. I was coming from Rwanda, Africa. The internship or the program I came to is called MAST International. It's a NAG-based program that brings students from different countries, and when they come here, they want them to have like a hands-on experiences. So mine was in Holt culture, and I was working at Shamrock Nursery, and that's where I did my 6 months internship. And then after the 6 months, then I went back to school in Minneapolis, Twin Cities. And so within those 6 months, I met my now husband, and so he lived here, his home is here, and so together we made a home in Holt County. Like Holt County, I grew up in rural area. So when you say grew up rural area, that means there is always this sense of community where everybody knows everybody, where everyone is in everybody's business. But also it's not just, being nosy or, it's also being there for each other. So those are the same things, where I grew up and where I find in Holt County. And as far as the differences, there's a lot. When I got here, it was in the winter, and now it's a wake-up call. I used to see snow on television or, on the news, and sometimes you don't understand the reality. But I landed here in February, and it was really cold. I first liked snow, but then not so much. And people, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna get used to it. Your blood's gonna get thicker." No, it doesn't. So as far as the weather, that's a big, big difference. And I enjoy summers here. I love fall, but even summer, it's different because where I grew up, it's really hot. So we have, dry season and rain season. It's hot in there, but it's really dry. And so humidity, that was new to me. And so I keep adjusting to that. Also, when you say rural Nebraska or, Holt County, people here have access to a lot more, comparing to where I grew up. Let's say just the basic needs, running water. I grew up where we didn't have running water. We used to go to the well, get up early in the morning, get up at 5 and go get water. So we can use for shower, cooking, and all stuff. And I grew up without electricity. And so those are the things that, I find different, but I appreciate here more. Third thing is availability of food. For us, people are always concerned what is their next meal is going to come from, or that's something since I got here, I don't have to think about. When my husband and I started dating, I remember going on a date, and meat was always the main course. And the first thing I asked him, "Do you eat meat at every meal?" He goes, "Yeah, we're Americans." And that was like, wow. I called my family, I was like, "Do you know that people here eat meat at every meal?" There is a lot of differences, and when I was a kid, we used to run around outside, and none of us had shoes on. We just barefoot, and now I tell my kids, "Hey, before you get outside, put on shoes, So yeah, there's a lot of differences, and even if I would say, it's all rural, but it's not the same. Sense of community, almost same. The great thing I would say is just, like I say, the sense of community. When I started, I say, people know each other. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody's probably in each other's businesses. But when you need people to show up, they also show up big to support, rally, behind families that have had tragedies or celebration. And that's something you cannot put a price on. And I like to think of small town as like, giant families, because, you walk around here, it's like, hey, Ellie, how are you doing at school? And people are asking, how are your kids? And they know who they are. And it's amazing to see how much people care. It's amazing to see that anytime people can be there for you. And then it's just a sense of peace. Living here, it's peaceful. I am a people person. I love to talk to people. I enjoy people. And people here are, they were very welcoming, but also curious to know who I am. And I enjoy to talk about myself. And people are always interested about me. I can tell you I'm a star in this town just because I love people. I made friends. It helped me to feel home. There's always those big culture differences, a lot. And then what made me laugh, in 2022, I went back to visit my family in Rwanda, Africa, and then I was there for a month. And then at some point in my head, I'm like, I need to go back home. And so this is home, and this is where I see myself. And this community has just given me a home. And I couldn't, I will always be grateful. And raising children here, my gosh, I don't know. It's amazing. So the community here has been amazing.